Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be doing a review of the new MAC Haute Couture collection by MAC and ROSALÍA, which is a Spanish singer. Really excited to be reviewing this collection. This collab looks absolutely stunning, and I'm really excited to be showing how I created this look and my final thoughts on the collection. So if you're interested, then keep on watching. This is the look I did create with the collection. So I'm going to walk you through what I did, how I did it, and as I said, my final thoughts on the collection. So the first thing I used was the eyeshadow palette, which as you can see, the packaging is just stunning. It is embossed with the letter R. So it creates a really pretty pattern, and it also is in a beautiful red. When you open it up, it has a decent sized mirror, and I really love the layout of this palette. Number one, colors that I'm really into, the more neutral kind of everyday shades, but still some really fun pops of metallic. I love how it's laid out where the mattes are diagonal to each other. Like, it's just the way it's laid out is really aesthetically pleasing. You have even amount of matte and metallic, which is another thing I really enjoy in palettes. The packaging is nice, as I said, in terms of look, but it is made out of the cardboard, which I know some people don't like, but I honestly typically prefer this because I find that they're easier to store. Now, obviously the quality of packaging is not going to be as good as like a plastic packaging, but I find that the MAC's cardboard packaging is really sturdy and I've never had any of them break. So I personally am not too mad about it. I like a lot that a lot of them are very neutral, and as I said, every day. It's super fun to review and to purchase and have and play with really colorful palettes or really super dark and smoky palettes. But this kind of color scheme is a color scheme I would grab for like any day. I could do really everyday looks with these super light mattes. There's a darker matte that's still not too dark though, so it's quite a natural palette in the grand scheme of things. Like, this is the darkest shade and it is what is in the crease. It's dark enough to create depth, but it's not so dark that like you're going for a smoky eye. So this is, in my opinion, a more everyday palette, which I really honestly am happy about. I love the shades. You get a nice matte baby pink, which comes off not too pink. Like, it is a more kind of creamy type shade with like a baby pink undertone. So I laid that all over my eye first with a large fluffy brush, created a base. It did a good job. It was pigmented without creating too much pigmentation, if you know what I mean. Sometimes I find when I want to go in with a shade all over the eye as like a base, if it's too pink or too yellow, I find it can kind of create too much pigmentation up on the brow bone. So this was a really nice, more sheer, light kind of blending shade. It also did work really well when I was going and blending out, you know, the other shadows I applied. They also do have this shade here, which is a more true cream. It has a more neutral beigey undertone. So a lot of the shades, as I said, are neutral. So I do believe that both of them are really, you know, versatile when it comes to preference. Both really worked well in terms of blending, and I think both would work well laying down a base. You could also lay it on the eyelid to brighten up if you wanted a completely matte look, which would be really nice. There's then these two shades down here, which I find are the more transition shades. They are the shades you're going to use to blend out, soften edges, and just apply in the crease. You can also use them for crease work if you're looking for a more everyday look. I went in with this shade right here. This shade is a kind of cooler, more neutral matte, like a beigey taupey shade, and it was really stunning, pigmented. It blended out really beautifully. It was effortless, and it worked perfectly as a crease shade, but also as a transition shade. I then went in with this shade right here, which is a deep burnt red, but as you can see, it has enough like of that burnt. It's not super orangey red, so I really like that. I did feel like it wasn't too warm. It stays true to the neutral undertone in this palette, and it's really beautiful. Like I said, it's nice and rich, but it's not too dark, so you can still use it for an everyday look. And I think it did a perfect job in the crease. As I said, blended out really well. All of the mattes formula wise were perfect, pigmented, blendable, really nice, and they all worked well together. I did also go in, because I kind of wanted to use as many shades as I could, I did go in with this shade as well to help further soften and transition once after I applied this in the crease. This is a little bit more of a warmer tone, so it has a bit of a peachy undertone, but it is still pretty neutral. It's not super, super orange. So for a like peachy shade, it's not too orange, which I like, but it is a little more of a warmer option. Worked really well to further soften the crease. When it came to the mattes, I was really impressed and I really enjoyed those. Much better than the fall collection in my opinion. I'm already like super loving this palette a million times more. Unfortunately, you know, the color scheme of the fall palette was really pretty, but leather luster, the formula wasn't, in my opinion, as impressive as I was hoping for. I find that even these shades are more rich. Now there are lighter shades than the shades in the fall collection, but they're true to shade. They're true to the shade you see in the palette and to description, and they're pigmented and buildable very easily and quickly. So then I went in with some metallics, and I first went in with this shade right here, described as a coppery bronze. In my opinion, it does have a little more of like a gold tone to it. Like this looks like more kind of coppery to me, and this kind of looks more bronzy to me. So my personal opinion, it's almost like an antique-y kind of gold. Like it has a bit of that like rustic kind of vibe to it. It's not super yellow, it's not super bronze, it's kind of right in the middle. It's pigmented, light reflective. Payoff was great. I did use my finger, which is my personal preference for metallics. I find you get better payoff, but I bet you could even use a brush, especially if you wet them. Really pretty, easy, creamy. It is a little bit flaky, like you pick up a lot with your finger. And if you were to use it on a brush, you would probably experience quite a bit of fallout. So I would recommend wetting them to prevent that. But once you actually apply it, the result is stunning. So I honestly am happy with the metallics in this as well. I then went in with this shade here to kind of brighten the inner lid. And this shade is a gold metallic. That's how they describe it, which I do think is true. It is a little bit more of a champagne-y gold. Like it has less, it's less dark. It's a little brighter. I mean, when you see them compared to each other, I do see the more bronzy undertone in this shade. So I guess they were right about that. Definitely a little bit darker, kind of bronzier gold, a nice bright gold. Again, as you can see, that's one swipe swatch, super pigmented, light reflective, creamy. This is what I'm looking for from MAC because it's such a reputable brand. So I was really excited to see the formula much better in this palette. I did go in with this shade here in the inner corner and on the brow bone. For the brow bone though, I did mix in a little bit of the gold so it wasn't too cool toned because this one has a bit more of a pink undertone. So this is more of like a rose gold. So as I said, more of that pink kind of undertone, but still really pretty. Oh, I love these shades. These are so stunning. As you can see, again, pigmented, light reflective, creamy, doesn't accentuate texture at all. And I was really impressed with those. So those are the shades that I did use. The only two that I did not use from the palette was this one right here and then the more coppery shade. So the one in the middle here is kind of more bronzy. So as you can see, it has more of like a chocolatey brown kind of bronzy effect, but I don't know if you guys can notice in the swatch here on camera, it almost has a bit of like a duochrome effect. I don't know if it's supposed to, but in the light I get more of like a rosy gold flip to it, which I find really pretty. And then as I said, this last shade is more of like a kind of orangey metallic. So this is like a nice warm toned. Again, formula wise, I was really impressed with. So I think that all of the metallics formula wise were great. I like that you have some nice golds, a rose gold, like you get the different neutral metallics, like gold, more of an antique gold, a coppery, bronze, and then a rose gold. Like you get everything you'd need for a neutral kind of everyday look. And so I personally really recommend this if you're looking for something that's going to be everyday. You can use it for those soft, subtle looks. You can build the metallic for a nice kind of more glam. Like if you were to go in with some liner and darken up the outer edge, this would look so glam. So I think you can do a lot with this palette considering it's quite neutral and on the more natural side. But I do think it's very valuable to me because it's something that I'm going to use more frequently than like a palette with a bunch of different like crazy colors. That might be great, but really how often are we going to use them? So this is A+ for me. I then went in with the face palette, which again, like just take a second for this packaging. Is this not the most stunning thing you've ever seen? You can see the embossment of the logo, like the R. It comes with a more like kind of yellowy light gold, a rose gold, a more bronze, and a nice, described as a peachy pink. It is on my cheeks. I don't find it too peachy though, so I think it's a more of a neutral kind of peachy pink. It's not super orange. It has a lot of pink undertones to it. So I think it's a pretty neutral blush, but it does have a nice kind of sheen to it. It's not super glittery though. It just has a bit of like that nice sheen. So I really like their extra dimension skin finishes, especially even the blushes when they have that sheen to it. It just gives your cheeks like a nice healthy glow. It never looks powdery or dry. Emphasize texture. It looks very creamy on the skin, smooth on the skin. As I said, it comes with this nice yellow gold. So I originally put one on one's, like the first highlight, the rose gold on one side, and then the other one, the yellow gold on the other side, so you could see the difference, and then I kind of mixed them to even them out. So this is the yellow gold, nice and bright, not too yellow, but yellow enough that I think it would suit a lot of different skin tones. Then it comes with that nice rose gold for those more cool toned ladies. As you can see, these are just the most silky highlights. They're to die for. Super incredible formula. I mean, I'm familiar with it, but these are really beautiful shades. Really, really pretty on alone and mixed together. The bronze, I obviously did not use as a highlight because for my skin tone, it is too dark. For dark and like more medium skin tones, I would think that you would be able to use kind of everything in the palette on your cheeks. I personally used this as bronzer. Now, I don't know if I would go in sculpt the cheek with it because it has a sheen to it, but I did use it on the forehead to just add a little bit of extra color, and I honestly apply highlight here anyways a lot of the time. So I would be able to get away with applying this as like a bronzer. So I actually, as a fair skin tone, am able to use all 4 shades, which I find incredible. I'm really impressed with this palette, just as much as I am, if not more than the eyeshadow. Like, this is more than A+ to me. The formulas are incredible, super lightweight and natural on the skin, not powdery, creamy, that wet look, like just what you look for in a highlight, but it also comes with blush. A+ for that as well. So last but not least, there are some lip products that I got. Now the collection does also come with some nail polishes. It has a red, a kind of more nude brown, and then a like a lighter kind of nude. Super pretty shades. The packaging is beautiful. It also comes with nail ornaments, which are super cute. I didn't get those because I get my nails done by somebody else. And then it also does come with some lips. Number 1, their retro matte liquid lipstick. Because this shade was just to die for, I had to get it. So it does come in a nice like orangey red, a cool toned red. It comes in a cool toned plum, and then this one, which is a pinky nude, my favorite shade. As you can see, it dries down super, super matte, and it is a very cool toned pink. I find it dries down a little bit darker than I would have thought, but really, really pretty. Number 1, the packaging is absolutely stunning, and the shade is really pretty as well. It almost has like a mauvey tone to it, so really, really pretty. And then I also got a couple of their lipsticks. Comes with 4 lipsticks, and I did get 2 of the 4. So it does come with a nice deep blue red. I have quite a few reds already, and it's not a color I wear very frequently, so I did not end up getting the darker ones. And it also comes in a vibrant blue red. So there's like a deep kind of winey kind of shade, and then there's like a brighter, true, vibrant blue red. And I did get the shade Achiote, a light peachy pink nude, which is in the amplified cream. So it is a very pigmented, great payoff, and it has like a kind of creamy, satiny finish. So I really like that for the inner part of the lip to really like juice it up a bit and add a bit of a sheen. And that is what I put in the center of the lips. Now all over the rest of the lip, I used Nuez Moscada, which is a cool pink nude. So as you can see, it has like a nice kind of darker, nudie type shade, and then this is the peachier, brighter pink. I like the variety of tones. I think all of them are good for fall and really honestly all year round. There were no shades that I felt didn't belong in the collection, and all the formulas are great. I forgot to mention this first one that I applied all over is in matte, and then I applied the cream on the center. Such a beautiful like effect. So ultimately the whole entire collection impressed me. I am really, really happy with everything that I personally got. And I do actually, looking at the rest of the collection that I didn't get, think that everything looks great. So formulas through and through were great. Colors really fit in together, and I think it creates a stunning collection. So yeah, I really recommend. I'm so happy to be reviewing a collection by MAC that I'm so over the moon impressed by, because the Botanic Panic was okay. I wasn't overly impressed with it, just because color scheme, I was like, it's nice, you can do a lot with it, but it's kind of all over the place. And if it's not colors you're going to use every day, how worth it is it? It was nice, but it wasn't my favorite. And then the fall collection, it wasn't my favorite because of formula, actually. So to see a collection that has color scheme that I think a lot of people could use every day, and the formula is really, really impressive, I'm super happy about it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. And if you do end up purchasing some stuff from the collection, I hope you enjoy it just as much as I do. A+ MAC, you did it again. MAC is back. Hopefully the holiday collection is good as well. Stay tuned. I will be reviewing some of the holiday collection as well. So don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. And if you entered my giveaway, then stay tuned to find out who the winner is. I am going to be announcing it obviously right now here in this video. I will be giving 48 hours to the winner to reach out to me. But if I do not hear from you in 48 hours, I will have to pick a new winner, which will then be also posted on my subscription page and on my Instagram page. Or story, I mean. So make sure, if you are the winner today, to reach out as soon as possible so that you can claim your prize. So the moment is here. Drum roll, please. I have done it on the name of wheels, and it spins the wheel and selects one randomly. So I have no choice in this. This is completely random. So we have... All right, so the winner is Yami O. You are the winner of the giveaway. Congratulations, Yami. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, and honestly, thank you each and every one of you. Honestly, just appreciate each and every one of you for supporting my channel, subscribing, liking, watching, sharing if you've done so. I really honestly appreciate you. And I'm so excited to see where this channel can go. And yeah, I really honestly love what I do here, and I hope you guys are enjoying as well. Thank you so much to everybody else who entered, and good luck next time. I do giveaways quite frequently. Thanks so much for watching this video as well. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a wonderful day. Bye.